Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Was one of them?
Oh, yeah. Chewy. Xion.
And it's like,
Oh, yeah, the color. Like every time.
all right, let's get started because we've got a lot to get through today, and not a lot of time to do it. So, where to begin? What did we talk about yesterday? Matter. That's right. That's where I want to begin. Matter. Thank you. I knew it was somewhere, and I knew that you all would remember. Matter. All right. And what do we do to matter? We're classifying matter. So what do scientists do with everything? Yeah, they classify it, right? So that's what we're doing. We're classifying matter. And how many categories do we put matter into? Two. Yeah, good. And what were those two categories? Substances. And then we have mixtures. Well, today we're going to talk all about mixtures. So don't forget about substances because it's on the test, but we're not going to be talking about substances today, not pure substances anyway. All right, and we have mixtures, and then what two categories did we put mixtures into? Yeah, heterogeneous and homogeneous or homogeneous. Either way is fine. And what do the two of these mean? What does hetero mean?
More than one. You can distinguish the different types of it. And homogeneous.
Yeah, what was the scientific way we said homogeneous mixtures are going to be what? Yeah, evenly blended. Okay? And we have this root word homo, which means the same, right? Okay? And then heterogeneous, yeah, you can easily distinguish them. And if they're not homogeneous, right, if they're not evenly blended, then it means they're not evenly blended. Yeah, yeah. Remember some of that questions, that's not rocket science. I just want you to leading questions, right? Okay, so today we're going to talk about three different materials, and one's going to be homogeneous. One is going to span the gap here. So it could be both, right? I mean, well, when I say it could be both, like the particular material, this one might be a homogeneous, this one might be a heterogeneous, but they still fall within this category. And that category spans both of them. And then some are going to be heterogeneous. Why do I feel like I'm forgetting something? Oh, PowerPoint. It's on Discourse. It's labeled as Classification of Matter Part 2. I think it says Part 2. So after you get past the 17.1 PowerPoint, it'll say Part 2 somewhere. And you want it because it's got the technical terms on it that you can study. You find it? Is it going slow? Okay. There's only one fill in the blank on it, so if you can't get it up right now, you can always get it. You get it later, and it won't be a huge deal because there's only one fill in the blank that you'll remember. All right, types of mixtures. Homogeneous mixtures. The mixture we're going to talk about is solutions. Has anybody heard of a solution before? Yeah? What might be a super common solution?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what is it? A salt what?
Salt.
A salt solution? Yeah, you can have a salt solution. What else? Does somebody else? Sugar? Does somebody say sugar? Is it sugar? Yeah, sugar solution. Okay. So here's the solution. This is hydrochloric acid. And it's got an AQ there, which means it's aqueous, which means it's in water. Right? So we call it a hydrochloric aqueous solution. And what do you know? Like, what does that look like to you?
Water.
If you were just yeah, this was like water, right? And you could probably smell something. Yeah, you can smell something. You're not gonna die from that. Smell. It's got a smell to it. So if you smelled it, you might know it's not water. But it's even in there, right? You couldn't pick out the hydrochloric particles, right? You couldn't pick out those from the water. So solutions are going to look like this. They might not always be clear, right? They could have a color to them, but they're going to be homogeneous always. Okay? Solution. We're going to talk a little bit more about solution in just a second. Now, colloids are the ones that are the in-between guys, okay? So if over here, if we have the homogeneous, you'll have your solutions over here. All right, and then your colloids are going to be right here in the middle. And colloids, we give this, we quantify this for you, okay? So it gives you kind of something concrete to hang on to. So solutions, the particles never settle, and they're less than 1 nanometer. How much is a nanometer?
Really small.
Yeah, it's really small. It's hard to describe it scientifically, though, and not just say really small, because some people might think Sean's really small standing next to me. But what's Alan? He's shorter than I am. It's okay. He's going to grow into like a 7-foot giant later or something. Probably, but it's okay. You know, when you're tall, you want to be short, and when you're short, you want to be tall, right? So I want to be like you, and you probably want to be like the Hulk or something. But 1 nanometer, it's a billionth of a meter. Okay, does that give you an idea? So we know how long a meter is about. A billionth of a meter. Colloids, particles, they also never settle. Okay, but they're between 1 nanometer and 1,000 nanometer. Some people say 500, and I've seen some people that even say 2,000. So these are not like fixed numbers, and some even say that solutions can go up to 2 nanometers. Okay, so but it gives you something to hold on to, right? So if we had a test question and we asked you, we're going to use 1 and then 1 in 1,000 and then greater than 1,000. Okay, but just know that it's not a hard and fast rule. Okay, but particles that never settle, and then you see colloids are also under heterogeneous. Okay, so they can be both. Right? So colloids are sort of, you could consider them an intermediate between solutions and suspensions. Suspensions are the last one. Particles that settle over time, and theirs are greater than 1,000 nanometers. Okay, and here's our suspension. This is literally just water and dirt. Okay, and you can see I stirred it up last class, but you can see it settling. If we just kept waiting, this would get really clear. You probably wouldn't want to drink it, but it would be clear. But you can see if I just stir it up, right? That's just nasty, right? So there's your suspension. You can think of a pond, river. You know, there are suspensions that they use in real life. I said real life, like ponds aren't real life. Have you ever taken medicine and on it it'll say oral suspension? And you have to shake it before you take it? Shake it before you take it? Yeah. And they need that right on the label, right? Yeah, because it's a suspension. So if you've got it sitting in your cabinet, right? Because you don't take medicine every day, right? Unless you're sick. So it's sitting there, it's settling, and then you get sick, and they're like, take this, I've got some of that, I need to shake it. You shake it up, right? So that you can take all of the medicine, right? Because otherwise some of your medicinal things will have settled. You want it to be all mixed up. Okay? Does that make sense? So we have solutions, smallest particles, colloids are in between, and then suspensions are the largest ones. And then that just illustrates that. Yeah, so here's some sugar and water. And then I believe this is milk. So milk is a colloid. Milk is an in-between. And then you have a suspension. I don't know what that is. That might just be zero. So let's talk about solutions for just a minute, okay? So a solution is a mixture that contains particles that don't settle. It's homogeneous, right? So we have a couple of terms for you. A solute. This is what's being dissolved. Solute is what is being dissolved. So that would be your sugar, okay, or your salt, whatever's going in. It's the thing that is getting dissolved. Solvent is what is doing the dissolving. And then there's a universal solvent. Here's your fill in the blank. Does anybody know what the universal solvent is? Not you. No, fine. Just yell it out. Yes, Adrian.
Water.
It's water.
Yes!
How did you know?
What?
Yeah.
That's his. Yes, it is water, Adrian, with help. And solubility, it just means how much can it take until the solvent can't take anymore, right? So if we had our water and we were dumping sugar in there, at some point, you're just going to start to see sugar, right? Because the water can't dissolve anymore. And that's solubility, okay? Now let's talk about colloids. Colloids, they can be either, right? Heterogeneous or homogeneous. They never settle, and it comes from a Greek word that means glue. So just some word study for you there. And we've got a couple examples. Paint, glue, asphalt. Now, with colloids, there's something called the Tyndall effect. And the Tyndall effect disperses light. Okay, so when you shine it into a colloid, you can see the beam of light. Now, I asked you guys to bring flashlights, right? Does everybody have their flashlight?
Yeah.
Does anybody need? I have a couple flashlights here if anybody needs flashlights, but I only have 2. So you will have to find ways to share. I'll let you share with him. Y'all can share together. Did all 4 of you need one over here? You can share. Okay. Okay, and then you guys can share. Okay. So at least there's one at every table. We'll do that in just a second. Where do you think they use the Tyndall effect at? In science classes, great. Well, there are these people that roam the earth called rock stars. And, you know, back in the early 20s, I don't know, back a while ago, they've always used lights to light up the stars, right? And to, you know, to illuminate the people that are on stage. And one day, some fancy rock star, he got the idea, wouldn't it be so cool if we could see the beams of light, and we could use those beams of light? Yeah, dude. And so he went to his management, and they thought it was a cool idea too. And so they started asking around, how can we get this to happen? And so you know who they called on? Science. Thank you. Yes. They called on the science teacher. They said you've got to find us a way to make these lights cooler, man. And so the scientists thought about it, and they came up with it. They said, hey, we got these substances called colloids, and there's this thing you can do called the Tyndall effect, and you can see the beam of light. And so they invented the fog machine. Turn on your flashlights. Turn on your flashlights. Some of you way over there might want to come over closer and you can use your flashlights. Alright, so you can see that it's not settling, right? It's staying up there. You can even see the beam from the projector. Alright, now we do have to move on because I want you to have plenty of time to do this lab. We'll talk more about the Tyndall effect. So this will clear out after just a little bit, okay? Suspension, so this is our last category of suspensions, right? A heterogeneous mixture, and you're going to have visible particles, right? So if you looked in here, you can see the particles in there. You can see them settling even. And you got ponds, rivers, and then you have oil and water, and a big mark there. So this is like dirt and some kind of fluid. And then what does this look like?
Oil and water.
Yeah, it is. It's oil and water. And where is it settling to? The top. Yeah. So it doesn't always have to settle to the bottom. Although that would be the traditional view, right? It obviously must be heavier. But sometimes it's not heavier. And oil's like that. Oil will go to the top. Okay? Has anybody ever heard of oobleck?
What?
Oobleck. 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 Where have you heard Oobleck from?
4th grade.
4th grade. And maybe, did you read a book?
Cornstarch and water.
It is. It's cornstarch and water. Now you've given away the whole thing.
Nice.
Do you just want to teach the class? So Oobleck, Dr. Seuss wrote a book about Oobleck, which we're not going to have time to read because you won't have time to do this stuff. But there is a lab, so go on to Discourse. Hopefully it'll work. You do need the lab. And it's a liquid, isn't it?
It's a fluid made of
It's a
bronze
liquid and a solid.
and water that acts like a liquid.
All right, so pull up the lab. I think it says 17.1 lab. You just Google everything so fast. That's okay. As long as you can say it on a test without Google. All right, so did you guys all get the lab? All right, let me hand you guys some monkeys, and you're gonna find your partners. Now here's all the material that you need is here, and in the back there on the counter there's some hammers because you got to do some stuff with hammers. So we have everything that you need to do your lab. Okay. What do we have? 18 here.
Yeah.
Who didn't get some? Who didn't get some? Did you get one? Okay. Who else didn't get one?
Oh my gosh, it's like her.
Okay. Somebody else didn't get one?
What is this thing?
Okay. Hey, they're monkeys. Okay. All right. Find your partner, and then you'll go through the lab together. Okay.
It's the black monkey.
All clear. One go.
Too bad.
So, if you have the lab,
The materials right over here, and then it's all around, and then some of it's around the room or the other table.
Oh my God, stop.
Oh, this is okay.
All right, you guys should have plenty of time to get through this lab.
Just use this foil.
You know, everything's actually
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, okay, wrong way. Okay. Some sort of around. Just rip it. Yeah.
There's tin foil around the room. Hammers.
I just use the left one. Alright, don't be afraid to get a little messy with this, okay? The 10 centimeter square means a piece of foil, okay? 10 centimeter square means a piece of foil.
no. Is that
They're 10 centimeters squared.
Man, you didn't touch it.
Yeah.
There's some floating around.
And then the candle width is
Just how you use them as you,
What?
have to wash it.
Don't be afraid to get dirty and just walk into It's already in
Solid. Your JJ? It's solid. Wait, no, never mind. Scratch that. Really, that's it. Wait, still don't know. Well, allow solid to pass through. Smell that, smell that. 1 second. Nasty. Smell, no. Okay. I say
Mine's on my desk.
I probably got it already.
I'm missing 2 of my monkeys.
Do another container or a plastic bag to open it up.
It's not.
You told me what it was already. You told me what it was. You looked it up. You forgot already.
Oh, this is
Oh, Mr. Orr, the drop test, the drop test, we just literally just.
We put it on hand and drop it.
Yeah, the best way to do it is hold the mixture. Yeah, you put it in your hand. Yeah, you don't drop it in there. This is just a container form. It's fluid out of there. And then yours is really hard. You might want to add some water. Yeah, you want to add water. Just a very small amount.
Not too much because it will
Like 3 drops.
not too much to fill
Don't just wait. It's not supposed to be. Don't mess up.
More than just your fingers.
But you know this, it'll wash off, so don't worry about it. Anybody got my monkeys? I'm missing 2 of my monkeys. Alright, how are you guys doing?
Is it possible to get all of it?
Let's see, are you, do you have the right consistency? Because some of them are really hard. Well, I get water in there. Oh, you just added some? Yeah. I might have added too much. Oh,
1 second.
crazy, I got people like all over me.
Get the back ready.
Yeah, just put it in your hand and,
That is not bam.
well, you probably want to like throw it in the water.
Get your finger out. Bam. And now go slow. Go slow.
Get your finger in there.
You got someone that doesn't want to be a part of the party.
And up.
You don't have to put all of it in there. You know what I mean? You just want to see when it kicks the shape.
Oh my god.
Okay, I got you.
Just something.
Yeah, literally.
You wanted to say anything else about it?
On that one? This thing's so shattered.
Nasty.
No, don't. Yeah,
This batch smells worse than the last batch.
Because it's fresh.
Why don't you scold? Water.
Do you really want me to drop this thing?
Sport test. Is that
Mr. Orr,
Yeah.
can we record our results?
There's a spot for you to record them on the form. Yeah.
that?
Mix this up. No.
What do you mean by this?
You can hold it.
Take it, but it's
You can wash it
Yeah.
over.
Like, what do you?
Look at you, you're all like covered in
It's freaky, isn't it?
Why does it do that?
It's the mystery.
Made by this for hours.
Why does it do it? I like it, Tian. You're like a scientist asking why. What's in my head?
Oh, crap.
You might want to add a tiny watch on.
Oh, I was trying to, and then some got on my watch.
It will come right off, John. It's not a problem.
Okay, now put it all into here.
Oh, no.
Put it all into here. Now let's do the shadow test.
John, you can roll around in this stuff and it'll still wash right out. Don't even worry about it. Might clog up your pipes with all that cornstarch. Might need to call the plumber.
If you guys have a chance, you can look at this picture a little bit. It's the same stuff, but you can. No, it's a liquid. It's a solid.
Supposed to be.
Okay.
Oh gosh.
We gotta play over.
Ready for the
going through all the experiments. Make sure you get to the ball. Oh, that's okay. You probably just touched the bottom of the, like, unless it gets far down the bottom. You think so?
That one is like.
Yeah, but your fingers are going down that far.
Okay,
Down that far? Why is it? The faster you do it, it's almost like a solid. But then you do it slow and it makes through like that. You know what this is called? Not your idea. What this kind of substance is called? Like liquid in a solid. Sure, I can describe solid. And it basically means that what they would be okay, I don't know, solid, they can act like this. So you find something qualities that applies. Yeah. This is actually a little wet. Yeah. The candles are just spread around, okay? Where are the candles? Are really in this share.
Take it anymore. Come on. Candle. Oh my
Careful with that fire. Yeah.
What's the clothespin supposed to do?
No idea.
Clothespin leaves in a folder for the.
Yeah,
No, so I have to hold it.
Let it go, let it go, let it go.
Let it go. Nobody should took her candle.
that's all you need to light it on fire.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I saw this thing on YouTube. They pull up a pool with this stuff. Oh, yeah. It's like KO. Yeah. So, what did you guys circle? Just solid.
You can just circle solid. When I say circle one, we just circle the one.
We circle the word one.
Yeah.
I think mine is like
Oh, it stinks so good.
Oh, that's so cool!
So it stinks.
So, what we want to do is
Last week. Oh,
It's so hard.
No, wait. Stop.
Dude, that's hard as Play-Doh. So stupid. Get up.
Oh my.
you don't have.
Yeah, you can push it. Let it go. Drag me.
Yeah.
Let it go. Yeah, touch it. Feels so weird.
We're running half.
But you guys do know you have to come over, right?
Yeah.
This is like a stress relief, man. Like,
Candle.
Wait, we need a lighter.
yes.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Oh, snap.
Oh no, it stinks.
Thank you. We have to get it off there.
Where's John? you light it up?
Factory, bring the lighter.
I don't have a lighter.
I feel like a kid again.
I
feel like a kid again.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, it's
Don't touch me. Don't touch
But the other stuff wasn't very fresh.
me. On my face.
Yeah, it is. Oh, now it's my turn. Gross. Hot guy doesn't like dude, you know. How?
That's a perfect video. Oh wow, you got something.
Oh, snap.
one is like,
Hey,
graded for me. I was like, okay. Well, and I told him, I'm like, we're gonna have to do like a, get him to like, we'll get it and put it in the newsletter.
You're not lie.
Did you make a mess?
Yes, and it's really stinky.
using my crutches with my shoulders.
Alright. You did a great job.
Joshua.
I know, right?
What? You got it on my face,
It
bro.
smells so bad.
Get on mine. Just walk around and then. Okay, next. Okay, you have to hold it so it's a big ball.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, here, I'll pour some
Water.
Huh? It's weird, isn't it?
Wash it right off of there.
Here.
Entertainment.
Yeah, I just don't want to go.
John,
Yeah.
where did our lighter go?
That's alright.
I left it there. Come on, I won't have that. They just wiped off.
They're so not concerned about having a neat classroom.
Yeah. Bernie is like, what does this remind you of?
Oh, this stinks.
Ice cream?
Why could you
How long do you take?
Why? What's wrong with it? It smells so bad.
The good news is, wash your hands with the soap. It'll smell like sunshine.
Clean up before done.
Sunlight. Yeah. They're just stacking on the trash. Yep. Good.
Oh, nasty. That smells nasty. Nasty. After you wash.
You just grab a little bit.
You done?
Oh, mess on the floor.
You should go somewhere.
John, where's our container for? Is that ours?
Do we clean everything up after done?
Does anyone have the laundry? I think I found the laundry.
There's only the one barbecue lighter.
Don't throw away the
green one.
food like.
I'll make it stop.
All right, guys, you should be wrapping up your experiments.
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
Yep.
Oh. Okay. That could be a problem.
Guys, don't get lunch until this room is clean.
Can we just stay here for lunch?
No.
Where's he?
I put it over there by where Daniel is.
I'm missing two of my monkeys still. My monkey's back.
I'll go find another path.
All right, you got 5 minutes, so make sure that you clean up. Oh.
touching.
Yeah, you should have it assumed everything.
Yeah, I know.
Wait. You guys want to shatter test, right? So you did that. Throw it.
Touch it.
So the shape, we already know the answer to that. You guys were playing with it, right? What does it do as you move it around? Yeah, it changes.
You went to the same.
So, when you form it into a ball, here you did that, you brought it over here, right?
What the? Why are you so watery?
No, it's just watering for a little bit.
You put it in the hand and it will shape for 5 seconds? Yeah. Okay. You've already done the shape test. Oh, test. You can do that one real quick.
Just
Right now, when you go through, what did it do? You hit it, and what did it do?
You guys have a tackle?
Did it separate? This is a little bit. Think about your focus, right? Focus really hard with it, right?
I smell marshmallows.
Alright, let's all just freeze up with water, okay? So,
Oh, the sounds you're making are so nice.
exactly.
You can bring that white thing.
White thing. White thing. Oh, the bowl? Well, okay. No, that's it. Yeah, let's go. We do, I need it.
No, let go.
Just for the
No, let go.
Well,
Bring it here.
Alright guys, you should be cleaning up now.
No, we can't sit
Yeah, apparently. Yeah, and he said it was good.
Try to hold it.
I'm like, if Raven said it, then you have to trust it. Bro, bring the ball.
Okay guys, you gotta make sure this classroom is cleaned up, which means stuff needs to be wiped down, thrown in the trash, oobleck cleaned up off the floor.
There's a lot of oobleck. You probably won't have time to heat up.
Yeah, give me a oobleck.
Why is there oobleck on the floor?
Guys, if you're done, bring an oobleck here.
There was an oobleck explosion.
Apparently. I believe you're dribbling something in your hands.
Oobleck closure.
Let it go.
Factory got everything. Sorry?
No, let it go.
Yeah,
Don't
probably
go to
a good
water.
idea.
If it's too watery, Sophia, this is the funnest thing ever, man.
Yeah, it is.
Put more oobleck in their car. Here's some. I'm not too watery.
They could have put it. We'll be able to use that to study from. Alright, yep, you can drop your oobleck off. We still gotta get all this cleaned up. There's a mess back here.
Yep, Kerr.
These guys like to leave a mess. They're not so hot at cleaning up.
Yeah, you get hot at cleaning up because we want it cleaned up.
Go clean up your spot. Just give it
Oh, you guys just spray water all over everything here. I don't care if it's clean.
Yeah, you just leave
There's electronics, my friend.
Whoa, dude, you're where's who says this? You're dripping it.
Okay, shut it.
Alright, we gotta clean this up. Hey, next up, honey.
We're not playing, we're actually carrying all this up.
You don't need to clear all the cups.
Oh my
Put the cups over there. We do need to clear the table though.
Man. I hear the bill.